Yo guys, what's going on? Rob with 421 Media House coming at you again with another deck review. This week I've got the Private Reserves by Dan and Dave. This is probably one of the fanciest decks I've had to date. I don't know if you guys got a chance to check it out. On Sunday, I released an unboxing video for these cards where I took them out of the box and I gave you guys a first impression. One other cool thing about this deck is it does come in a burlap case. I don't have the burlap case with me right now. So these cards are the 2016 edition. My deck number is 1321, individually inspected, poker sized, high quality, private reserves here. This is gold foil and it is embossed into the tuck case here. We flip it over onto the side. We've got Dan and Dave Playing Card Company on one side. It says designed by Jeff Trish on the other side. The bottom of this tuck case is one of my favorite parts of the tuck case. It says, "For all that is true, we are makers of magical things, purveyors of gentleman goods. Find us at dananddave.com." Which I think is kind of a neat little thing. I do enjoy that this seal is breakable without damaging that wax seal. One thing I will say about this particular deck of cards with that fancy wax seal on it, this is the back of the case. Again, just gold foil embossed in there. It's got the Dan and Dave logo, established 1984. Anyway, back to what I was saying. One thing that I do appreciate about this case is that you can open the deck without damaging the wax seal. One thing that has made this past week really difficult for me, normally what I will do is I will keep the tuck case with the cards on me at all times. With this particular case, I didn't want to damage my wax seal, so I ended up actually taking these cards out of the tuck case and putting them in a case of Cherry Casinos, and I just left the Cherry Casinos at home on my desk. So I was really careful with this. One thing that I will say about these particular cards before we open them up and take a look is I don't actually know what I'm going to do with these cards afterwards. They're $50 for the deck, $52 through dananddave.com, which is quite expensive. It is super fancy. They're honestly really nice cards. I really have enjoyed playing with them. One thing that I don't like, though, is that price point, and I'm kind of a little bit iffy knowing how difficult these cards are to get your hands on to actually be using them for everyday use. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think of that. Would you guys use them for everyday use, or are they going to be just a special occasion card, something that only comes out for poker night or something like that? Or, you know, family crib night or something. So let me know what you guys think about these. Would you spend $50 for a deck of cards that only gets used some of the time? So yeah, that's kind of the tuck case for you guys. Like I said, this is the back design of the cards. We'll crack these open and take a look and see what we get inside. So if you guys watched my previous video, I kind of ran through the deck really quickly. They are identical jokers. These are gold foil on all these cards here. And then we also get these two cards, the two ad cards that say Art of Play and dananddave.com on them. So that's kind of neat to see that. If we flip the whole deck over here and take a quick look at the back design, again, it's a black, almost a brownish black. It's very dark back design there. And it's got the Dan and Dave established 1984 on it, and it's got this gold foil. It's really, it pops. It catches your eye totally for sure. It's really nice. Then you got the matching jokers that say Buck on them and have this fancy design on it. I don't actually know quite what that design is. If you guys know about that design, maybe drop me a message below and let me know. Each one of these decks is individually inspected, so the ace here is initialed by who inspected it, and then it has the date that it was inspected, so mine is July or June 2018. These are pretty standard faces, except for the royalty, where we get this super nice gold metallic ink on the royalty. It's kind of nice to see that. I like it, but they're standard faces other than that. Get into the hearts here. These are, like I said, this is Suicide King. These are some of my favorite looking cards. They're nice because with some of the stuff out there, some of the decks that I've reviewed in the past, the pips and faces and indices are a little hard to read. Whereas with this deck, you know, it's nice and simple. I will note the red on these is slightly darker than the red that you get with a lot of decks. It's almost the same color of red as you get with the Illusionist, not Illusionist, Theory 11 decks. These cards handle great. They are, at first I didn't know what they were, but they are printed on a USPCC premium cardstock. I think this was before Dan and Dave had their own cardstock through the USPCC. It is a premium coating that they've got on them from the USPCC. I don't know, like these, because the Nox are printed on the same cardstock, but these cards feel a lot different than the Nox do. I really enjoy the way that these cards handle. One of the big kind of issues that I've had with these cards is that they are kind of hard to get your hands on. They do come traditionally cut, so they will Pharaoh face down, as you can see here, as I do a lousy Pharaoh. Like I said though, these are really, really nice cards. They feel great. I don't know, like these are some of my favorite handling cards, I think, to date. One of my big gripes, like I said, is just the price point of these. They are $50 US. So let me know what you guys think of these. Did you guys enjoy this review? If you did, be sure to like, because this was an expensive deck. I would love to do more of this kind of stuff, but these are really hard to get your hands on. I've been dying for months since I started getting into playing cards in cardistry and doing deck reviews. This is a deck that's been super sought after for me. And you guys wanted to see the review, so here you guys go. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. We'll go over this kind of quickly one more time. Like I said, that tuck case is super nice. It's got that wax seal on. One of the nicest tuck cases I've ever seen. If I have to give the tuck case a point value, I'd give that a 9 out of 10. I don't know how you really top that as far as tuck case designs go. As far as the design of the cards goes, these are really nice cards. Probably one of the nicest looking visual decks I've seen to date. Pretty nice with that gold foil and the darker reds on all the cards. And the hand numbered, it's kind of nice. Matching jokers. On the back design, I've got these thin borders, all things that I like to see. So these are cards that I really enjoy these cards. As far as the design goes, I'm going to give them an 8 out of 10 because these are super nice. Very luxury feeling playing cards. As far as performance goes, I'm going to give them an 8 out of 10. And then as far as value goes, I'm going to give them a 3 out of 10. They're just a little on the expensive side for my taste. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, new deck reviews every Thursday. Build along series where I build some Lego time-lapse style for you guys. That comes out every Saturday. Podcast comes out every Tuesday. Be sure to subscribe. Lots of content coming out. If there's anything that you guys want to see from me in the future, let me know, and I will try to make that happen. Anyway, hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you later.